What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. We have not talked about the 6-liter Powerstroke in quite a while on this channel, and we're going to fix that in today's video. We're going to be talking about the cooling system on these trucks and what causes them to fail, and really why they kind of suck, and how you can prevent your cooling system from failing. So in this video, we're going to talk about just about 3 things. It's going to be your oil cooler, EGR cooler, that's going to be about 1. And then we're going to talk about a coolant filtration kit, as well as switching to an extended life coolant, like the Red Cat ELC and others like it. Alright, so this truck has been serving me so well for so long, and a lot of you know this, but I'm sure there's a lot of you that are new to this channel that either one, don't have any experience maintaining 6 liters, or you're interested in getting into 6 liters and you want to learn kind of how they operate, what works, what doesn't, and I'm here to help you with that. So let's jump into the engine bay of this truck and let's talk about a few key points. So for those of you that don't know, this is my 2005 Ford F350 Harley Davidson edition. It does have the 6-liter Powerstroke in it. I've owned this for about 5 years now. I've done every piece of maintenance myself. I've done every upgrade myself. It's pretty much what this channel is about building things myself. So if you're interested, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Help me out, push my video out to more people as possible so we can keep making content like this. So a quick little rundown on this build. Like I said, I've had this truck for about 5 years, and we have done so many things to this. First off, let's start with the easy stuff. So we have made the switch and back flushed the oil cooler to Cat ELC coolant. We have our upgraded charge pipes, the full aluminum ones. We have a brand new stock 13 blade turbo. We have the 0 gauge battery cable kit, and then you take a look under here. That green plate right there, whatever was there prior, seemed to have fallen off on my road trip down here to Florida. So that's going to help your cause when you go ahead and mod these trucks. And the main thing that is done to this truck that makes it so much more reliable is this truck has a bulletproof diesel air-to-oil cooler kit. That is the best upgrade that I've ever done to this truck, and we'll get into talking about that later. But the main purpose of this video is going to be the cooling system related issues with this truck. So, back when these trucks were manufactured, the factory did not clean the engines well enough before putting them in trucks, and there was casting sand left over in the coolant passages and sometimes in the oil galleys of these trucks. And so the way that these oil coolers are set up, I'll throw a picture on the screen up here. They sit in like a vat of oil in the valley of this motor, and they have coolant running through it, which in turn cools the oil. Those little passages are teeny tiny, and they get clogged up with either the casting sand, or if you have old coolant that has congealed or anything like that. And that'll cause your engine oil temps to raise, and then you have issues because then you're overheating your oil, and that can cause a chain reaction effect to a lot of other things like your injectors, your H-pop, everything that is oil related. As well as when these oil coolers get clogged up, it's a very good assumption that your EGR cooler is as well locked up. Now, with that being said, I don't recommend deleting your truck per the EPA guidelines, but if it falls off while you're driving down the road, I can't tell you that it's a bad thing. So your EGR cooler realistically sits like right behind the alternator right there, and they're known to be weak from the factory. So when those get plugged up, it creates pressure, your coolant gets hot, they tend to crack, and then you have symptoms of a blown head gasket. You have mixing oil, you have coolant leaking everywhere, your truck runs like crap. Now here's a couple things that you can do to fix this problem. So number 1, back flush your oil cooler. You can get a back flush kit online. I'll link one down in the description box below. Not sponsored by any of them. It's just a good idea to do it when you get a 6-liter. So you go ahead and you back flush your oil cooler. That's going to get a lot of the casting sand and dirt and debris and whatever is plugged up in your oil cooler dislodged and out of your motor. So that way you can keep your oil cool. Another option is you can go ahead and just replace your factory oil cooler with an aftermarket one. Be careful ordering aftermarket like drop-in oil coolers, because some of them are made very cheaply and they don't work very well. So be cautious, get a Ford OEM one if you can. If not, I'll also drop a couple links down below for things that you can get. You can get from Bulletproof Diesel, the one that I have on this truck, you can get the air to oil cooler, and that has worked phenomenally for me. I live in Florida and it's hot 90% of the year, and I never see my temperatures go above 205. It works perfectly, it's great, but the only limiting factor to that is cost. It is very expensive to do. It's probably around $5,000 to get it done. For me to do it, install it myself. But if you're going to have somebody else do it, look in the ballpark of like $6,000 to $7,000. So with the Bulletproof Diesel air to oil cooler kit, it also helps a lot with filtration because it does an oil filter relocation on the kit so that you don't have to use this guy anymore and worry about having the correct cap, the correct filter. It takes a lot of the guessing out of it. It relocates your oil filter from up there right down here, coming out of the actual oil cooler itself. So it is now a massive filter, and it goes down to 15 microns. It's better than the stock factory filters that go up top of the engine. Then you never have to worry about casting sands ever again. So that was just my take on doing the air to oil cooler kit. It takes out so much guessing and so much worry of, is my oil cooler going to clog up and blow up my engine? The other option is you can do a oil cooler relocation kit, and that it keeps your oil cooler liquid to liquid cooled, and it moves it away from the valley. So if you ever do get a clogged up oil cooler, I'll throw a picture on the screen right here what it looks like in the engine bay. You can easily change that out, and then you don't have to tear all the way down into the valley of the motor and hope you put everything back together correctly. It's super simple to do, and it's a lot more cost effective than the air to oil cooler kit. Now, the cheapest option, in my opinion, just for some good security and some safety of your motor, is get one of these. This one I bought from Extreme Diesel Performance. I'll also link it down in the description box below. But this is a coolant filter, and this is pretty much just a bypass filter that runs from your degas bottle all the way from your heater core line. And it takes your coolant and it filters it to try and get out as much casting sand as possible if there is any in your engine. Now, this alone will help, but without backflushing your cooler and then installing this, you're still going to run into the problem having the casting sands in your oil cooler. So, in my personal and professional opinion, I would say backflush your oil cooler, then install this, then refill the truck, and let it run. So with anything 6.0 related, maintenance is key. If you don't do maintenance, all of the problems that you're trying to fix will come back. So, personal opinion, everybody has their own intervals. I change my oil every 5,000 miles. I do use AMSOIL 1540 with the Arch Oil additive as well. So, another big thing with changing to like an oil cooler relocation or the Bulletproof Diesel air to oil cooler kit, my personal opinion, the best. That gives you an extra couple quarts. So it brings your total from like 14.6 quarts up to 16 quarts of oil. So you have a lot more oil to supply your injectors, supply your H-pop, even though you're not going to run out with the factory one. It gives you a better peace of mind that your oil life can last a little longer because you have a little more in there. Again, not sponsored by this, it's just my personal opinion. I've been running it for about 5 years now, and it is held up like crazy. I drove this truck right behind me 4,000 miles from Washington State down here to Florida to where it currently sits, and it's absolutely beautiful. Alright, the next and the last huge thing that will help with these trucks is the coolant that came in these trucks factory, I believe is the Ford Gold. They don't have the best like service life. You have to flush them and change them pretty consistently through the life of the vehicle. And if you don't end up doing that and changing it like you should, your coolant can, best way to explain it is like congeal and collect debris. Working in turn with that coolant filter, that'll help stop that from happening. But the best thing you can do is buy a CAT ELC fluid. I'll throw it on the screen right here. Flush these trucks of their old original coolant, put in the CAT ELC coolant. It'll maximize the intervals in between where you have to change it. And if you do everything else that I said in this video of putting a coolant filter in, changing your oil cooler, back flushing your engine, you're never going to have an issue with these trucks cooling ever again. But the CAT ELC is going to help tremendously with keeping this truck cool and ensuring that you have no issues with cooling whatsoever. So these trucks from the factory have a very massive radiator, and you have a lot of coolant in there running through the entire engine, so they never really have an issue getting hot unless you lack on maintenance and you have a lot of debris, rust, or congealed, or dirt, or whatever in your engine. So make sure you clean. My favorite term is cleanliness is next to godliness on these trucks. If you keep them clean and you maintain them well, these trucks will last a lifetime. So, hopping back into this truck, to end off this video, I just wanted to show you guys what a well-maintained 6-liter Powerstroke looks like. So this is the Harley-Davidson edition. Obviously, everybody else is going to have different trims. This is the trim I like the best. I'm not the biggest fan of like the flames on the outside, but it is what it is. These trucks have an amazing interior. You have the captain's chairs up front. These are the most comfy seats I've ever sat in. They are heated, power, everything on both sides. But just a little glimpse. This is just what regular maintenance on a 6.0 looks like. Just to keep it clean, keep the carpets clean, and you don't have to worry about anything else on the interior. These things are phenomenal. With that being said, that's really the biggest issues with the cooling systems on these trucks. Take care of them, because they will last forever if you take care of them. Everybody wants to hate on a 6-liter Powerstroke. In my personal opinion, these are some of the best trucks ever produced, and I know that's probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers from the 5.9 Cummins guys, so take it with a grain of salt. Everybody has their own preference. This is my preference. I think they sound great, they're very easy to work on, and in my opinion, they're timeless. So I really hope this video helped some of you guys out with these cooling issues. If you want me to go more in depth on some other things, I'm more than happy to do so. Just let me know what you want to see from me, and I'll make it happen. Also, in the off chance you're watching this video and you like JDM car content, go ahead and drop a subscribe, because we just finished building a fully built EJ25 for this car, and it's about to go into paint. We just finished all of our body work, made it beautiful, and this thing's going to be making north of like 500 wheel horsepower. So that's what I do in my off time. I build cars, I build trucks. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It means the world to me. I appreciate everybody for watching, and like I said, if you guys have any other recommendations, questions, concerns, leave it down in the comments, and I'll make videos on them all. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video right here. I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.